So, welcome to this episode of 50 Shades of Slades for the Rock Pit. I'm joined by the drummer of one of the best live bands I've experienced. And when I say that I've experienced, it's exactly that. This particular band aren't your run of the mill rock band. The drummer's name is Arya Goggin, and the band is Skindred, who are on their way back to Australia this September. Welcome to the Rock Pit, Arya. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me. I know it's probably evening for you, but it's early morning for me, and I've just had my first coffee, so I'm happy.
Oh, very, very good. That's the way. So, there's a fair bit to chat about. I mean, the band's most recent album, You Got This, topped the UK charts. Now, the band's always flirted, with the charts in the UK, and 2003 Smile made it to number two, but You Got This debuted at number one. What an amazing accomplishment to know that you finally chipped away and made that landmark positioning for you as a part of the band. I mean, what does that mean to the band?
I mean, it's hard to put into words because it's something that you thought was never possible to have, and especially at this point in our careers where I think a lot of bands tend to be on a downward thing. We're on this cycle that's still going up, and it sort of blew our minds. Something like I said, we never thought was possible, and it's all down to the fans, all down to the rock and metal community. And I think for us, it's sort of a bit of it's cool to stick your two fingers up to the establishment and the major record labels that don't think of you as a threat. You're not spoken about in the Monday morning meeting, and suddenly you're there at the top, and they're going, "Oh, who the fuck is this band?"
Where do they
It's
come from? Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. And I love that because it shows you that anything's possible. And I like to think that we have to have bands as rock and metal fans, that you have to have those moments that inspire kids to pick up an instrument and play and get their own bands together. You can do it. You can get a number one. It doesn't matter if you're 48 or 18.
Yeah. Yeah, no, look, it's fantastic stuff, and I was so stoked to read that it had that impact on the fans, and the fans had rallied around.
Oh,
I,
thank you.
I think for me, I mean, the band's return to Australia is probably one of the most anticipated shows on my calendar. I mean, I first saw you guys in 24 at Knotfest, and you simply blew my mind. You know,
Oh,
it
no, thank you.
it took the band's music to a new level and left with a smile that comes back and visits me every time I think about that performance. I mean, I've always been a fan, but seeing you guys live finally and feeling that energy and that connection, it's such a rare thing. For you guys as performers, is that something that you thrive on and makes you, push yourselves even harder on the live stage?
Absolutely. I think for me, the touring and the live thing has always been the reward. You get to go out there and you can see your music reacting in real time. I don't think there's anything like it really. I mean, we work obviously hard to put records out and behind the scenes, but that's the time when you can see exactly how your music's going down. It's old school. You used to write a song and you'd play it live, and if
Yeah.
people liked it, you'd go, "Oh, this is a good song. Maybe we'll record it and it might make our album one day." Or when you'd play another song and you'd be like, "Nah, this one's not going too well." But these days it's different. It's the music comes out and we're on stage and we can see everything reacting, but and that spurs us on. I think with someone like Benji at the helm, it's hard not to come to the party, really, is it? You know?
Absolutely. He was one heck of a front man. I don't think I've been that captivated that quickly by a front man in my entire life. From the moment he hit that stage, it was like, wow. And then you look around and you watch you guys do your thing on stage. And it's not just a one man performance, it really is a full band, full flighted, energetic fun ride. It's probably the best way I can describe it.
Oh, I mean, you have to write that down and give it to us so we can start using that all the time.
Absolutely. More than happy to. More than happy to, my friend. But I guess the thing, playing festivals is different to doing a headline run of shows. This being a headline tour, what can we expect?
Well, if you enjoyed the festival, yeah, performance, and you got to see us for what, 30 to 40 minutes,
Yeah.
yeah, you're getting double that at least. And so, you have to prepare for the onslaught that we're going to give you. That's the thing. But there are, there's it's a journey. We cover a lot of bases during the live set, and I think, as you were saying earlier, the band thing has always been the most important thing. It's not a one man show, and so the headline thing, everyone has their own little time to shine during the set. Whether it be myself, Mikey, or Tommy, and Benji's always orchestrating it, if you know what I mean. But there's lots of ways to get involved, whether it's jumping up and down, doing the Newport helicopter, singing, putting your fist in the air. We're trying to get any kind of reaction out of you. So you've got to be willing to participate when you come to the show.
And that's the best thing as a fan, is being included and being made a part of the show. And you know, as I said before, a Skindred show is purely that. I mean, God, I'd go any night of the week if I could, or every night of the week if I could, because it's just that much fun. And as you can probably see on my face, I'm still reliving, the moments of that show, and the surprise that I got, and how feel good it was. It
Oh,
was it was
I think that,
energetic, it was fun, it was positive, and that's what rock and roll needs.
yeah, I think you need to be able to leave your troubles at the door and just be able to live in the moment, whether that's watching us for 40 minutes or an hour and a half, whatever that is. I think music should be about that in general, really. You should be going there to leave everything behind, to be in the moment and enjoy that live experience.
And I guess talking about live experiences and playing around the world, I mean, is there something special about an Australian audience? Does an Australian audience react differently to an English audience, or to a German audience? Is there something special that you've noticed about an Australian crowd?
Yes, you go off from the word go, which I love. From the word go, I think there's an anticipation to go nuts. Do you know what I mean? And it's like we play these festivals. Sometimes the first song is like a pawn in the set to
Yeah.
like get everyone like, okay, this is who, especially if you're doing a festival where people don't know who you are,
Mm.
you know? And so you're like, you don't want to play your biggest song first because, you want to you tailor it so festival crowd, you're getting worked up. But I think with you guys, my memory was we're up for it straight away. And that was how it was through every time we played. Just being absolutely, we are going for it, which is great because
Yeah.
that's what we want. We're not going on there a bit sheepishly in terms of, the performance. So,
No, it's certainly a great thing. Now, obviously, with the new record, the band trimmed down to a three-piece. How does that affect a touring lineup?
well, we've been playing with a guy called Tommy Gleason, who's been a friend of the band for about 15 years. He actually filled in guitar when Mikey, the guitar player, had his first baby. So Mikey took some time out with his wife at the time to have a baby, and Tommy stepped in and played guitar. So we've known him for a very long time, and he was playing in a band called Feeder, who are a British,
Yeah,
Welsh band who we knew, and we said, "Did you fancy stepping in and playing bass for a bit?" And he's been incredible. He's been absolutely amazing, and load of props to Tommy. He's been really given off stage. The vibe has been lovely. On stage, the vibe has been great. So you
yeah,
know, props to the guy. It's big shoes to step into, I think, and make it your own as well. I think he's done amazingly.
yeah. Incredible stuff. So, how many times has it been now that the band's been to Australia? This is fourth
So I was
time?
trying to work this out. I was like, we did Soundwave Festival. We played with Hollywood Undead. We played with the Cavaleras. Did like a Roots tour with them,
Yeah,
Sepultura, and then we did Not Fest. And I was like, have we done another one? I can't remember, but it's
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
four times. We've
yeah,
always we played with Il Nino on a few shows. I think it was on Soundwave.
yeah.
But yeah, we've done bits and bobs.
Do you have a favourite memory from Australia today, I guess?
One of my favorite memories, which I've sort of hijacked one of my best friend's memories, but he came to see us at the is it Metro in Sydney?
Right, yeah.
And played the Metro in Sydney, and him and his wife, that was the night they had their first child. That's all I'll say. And so I'm
Wow.
quite. They went home. He's a UK guy, and he was living in Sydney, and he always says to me that's a very special day in their life. So I always take that, even though it's not my memory. So
No, no,
I was there.
Well, you weren't responsible, but you were there, yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. So, I mean, the new album you got this. How much of that will we hear in the set?
We're playing, I think we're playing about 4 or 5 numbers from it at the moment. It's the album tour, so I think it's one of those things because we're so proud of the record. We play the whole thing if we had enough time. It's one of those for us, It's like we want to celebrate where we are, but I think we're playing, yeah, a good portion of it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, amazing. I can't wait. It's such a great record. It really
Oh,
is.
I
It's
really appreciate the kind words.
oh, look, it's they're easy words and they're genuine. So we'll take it at that. But the tour kicks off on the 1st of September in Perth, continues to Adelaide on the 3rd of September. We see you here in Melbourne at the beautiful Northcote Theatre on September 4, then it's September 5 in the Metro in Perth, and then you wrap it all up on the 6th in Brisbane. It's so good that you're covering so much of the country too. Nobody complain that they're missing out on the Skindred
Oh, that's
experience, which
good.
is fantastic.
That's good. Well, we're thankful for the promoters, Destroy All Lines, for bringing us over and being able to sort that out for us. We'd play more if we could.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
we're
absolutely.
that kind of band. We'll play anywhere.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. Look, we are out of time. 15 minutes is just way too short a time to catch up. But look, guys, as I said, probably my most anticipated tour of the year. I can't wait to expel my energy, and you'll be a cardio test for me, I'm sure.
Amazing. Yeah, yeah. Just make sure you hydrate.
Absolutely, my friend. All right, Aya, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to seeing you here in under a month, and travel safe in the meantime.
Awesome. Thank you very much for having me.
Not a problem. Absolute pleasure, mate. Thank you.
Cheers.